Expert reports for Turkmen asylum seekers, human rights issues, and political repression in Turkmenistan. Hello colleagues, this video is for law firms representing asylum seekers from Turkmenistan. I'm Maxim Karatonov and I specialize in preparing expert reports for asylum applicants. In this video, I'll explain my approach to analyzing the situation in Turkmenistan, highlighting key issues, human rights problems, and why expert reports are crucial in asylum cases. What's an expert report? As you likely know, an expert report is an independent analytical document for courts and immigration authorities. Its purpose is to prove that the applicant faces genuine threats in their home country and can't safely return. This report supports the personal. The expert analyzes country conditions and links them to the applicant's circumstances. The report confirms the country's context, including instability and conflicts. It cites international and local sources to substantiate the applicant's personal risks. It demonstrates how country conditions relate to individual threats, strengthening evidence that the applicant belongs to a persecuted group. The report references authoritative sources like Amnesty International and the UN, following the OSCOL standard. Regarding my experience, in the past 2 years, I've prepared over 100 expert reports that helped asylum seekers obtain refuge. I collaborate with 15 leading law firms in the US, UK, and European Union. In 2024, I won the Expert Witness Award for Best Immigration and Asylum Expert. All my reports meet Supreme Tribunal standards and Civil Procedure Code requirements. I respond to law firms within an hour and prepare reports in 1 week. Now, about human rights violations in Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan is one of the world's most closed countries where human rights violations are systemic. Political repression, persecution of opposition, activists and their families, media control, banned independent media, limited information access, threats to journalists, torture in prisons and police stations, religious persecution, and arrests of unregistered communities. Government bodies serve the ruling elite, limiting justice due to corruption. Freedom of movement is restricted. Leaving the country is tightly controlled, with migration facing red tape. LGBT discrimination is prevalent. LGBT individuals face prosecution, violence, and zero legal protection. Life is controlled with constant surveillance by security services. My report details all aspects, citing sources, and providing conclusions. How do I work on Turkmenistan reports? I usually prepare expert reports based on instructions from major UK law firms or those in the US and EU. The questions they ask me typically cover Turkmenistan's current political climate, including opposition repression, risks for religious minorities, access to fair justice amid corruption, and threats facing the LGBT community, internal relocation possibilities, risks for citizens trying to leave or criticize the government, and threats to peaceful protesters. How do I create an expert report? Creating a report is meticulous work requiring careful attention at every stage. I usually start by studying all the documents provided by the applicant. These can be personal statements, evidence of persecution, interview records, and rejection decisions. My task is to identify which facts and evidence need strengthening to best justify the applicant's risk. The next step is researching the situation in the country of origin. I use credible international and local sources to gather current information about the country, especially in context of the applicant's safety. It's crucial to show how the country's overall situation relates to the applicant's personal history. Then, I prepare a justification. Based on the data, I analyze specific risks the applicant faces if they return. My conclusions always cite verified sources to ensure the report is as objective and reliable as possible. Of course, I pay close attention to meeting standards. All my reports are strictly regulated and compliant. The guiding principle outlined in the Supreme Tribunal's Practice Guide on Expert Evidence. Each report includes a truth statement confirming data is from reliable sources and opinions are my professional judgment. All my reports meet set standards. I always verify fact accuracy and ensure my conclusions are correct. My fee doesn't depend on case outcomes, which ensures the objectivity of my work. If needed, I'm ready to testify in court about the situation in the applicant's country of origin. How to order a report. If your clients need an expert report, contact me at info@humanrights.com. Reports can be paid via legal aid, making them free for applicants supported by state legal aid. Flexible payment options are available for private requests. I don't just work with applicants from Turkmenistan, but also with other post-Soviet countries like Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Moldova, Tajikistan, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, and Russia. An expert report is crucial. It can significantly impact the case outcome. It proves the threat's reality and boosts the applicant's credibility with courts and immigration officials. I'm glad to help you and your clients seek justice. Thank you for your attention. See you soon.